Boys, so I'm sitting here on the 66th floor of this amazing high rise in Miami, working on my computer, right here, working on my computer. I get this nice balcony view, right? It's warm outside, there's a crazy view, it's all nice, right? But I'm making a presentation on my computer about my backstory, how I got here, you know, what I did, the business models I tried, everything I've been through, stuff like that. And I have to go through my camera roll to remember what business models I tried, the screenshots of like when I had no money, what other screenshots I had, and it just takes me back, bro. Like I genuinely sometimes I'm not grateful enough, and I need to be more grateful because I'm always like, oh, what's next? What's next? How do I make more money? You know, what's the next move? And going back through those pictures and just my notes and just remembering where I was really at, like I was really in the trenches having no bread, like $100 to my name, $500 to my name. But I wanted to talk about a story that hopefully will help you guys, because I've noticed this pattern every single time in my life, right? Whenever something bad happens, it's not necessarily bad or good, and you'll never know if it's actually bad or good. You'll never know the consequences until weeks, months, or maybe even years down the line, okay? So whatever you think is bad in your life, whatever happens, it might not actually be bad, and I'm gonna explain that because you never know the consequences until weeks, maybe months later. So back in in the summer of 2024, about to be 2 years ago, I started doing life insurance, you know what I'm saying? This is when I was going into my senior year of college, and I needed a way to make money. I was grinding basketball, college, and life insurance, like literally waking up grinding every single day, like going to bed late, freaking waking up early, trying to go from practice. I would literally go from practice, sprint back to my dorm, try to take a couple calls in between, then go to class, and just like, it was just basically all this bullshit, right? So I was one of the best people on my team. Even though I had basketball and I wasn't able to dial that much, I was pretty efficient on, you know, selling leads in life insurance. I was pretty efficient. And one time, there's just this whole drama in this agency that I work for life insurance. And basically what happened was, even though I had the best results on the team, there was 1 week where I didn't put in enough hours because I think I had like 2 games that week and we were traveling, so I didn't put enough hours that they wanted, even though I was like doing the best on the team. So they had these, mind you, the people that run the agency are like some power hungry, like young kids. Like they're young kids, like they're stupid, they're kind of dumb, they're like 20, 21, whatever. So they're running the agency and they're doing all these hype meetings like, you guys gotta wake up, you gotta want it, like a sales type of shit, trying to degrade you. I remember they sent kids to boot camp, like they had to freaking write essays on, say, I'm sorry I didn't sell enough this week, I'm sorry I didn't blah blah blah, and act like they're basically like their boss. Like, I get it, you have an upline and a downline in insurance, but keep in mind these kids were very, very power hungry, very like wanting to control, and like, oh, I'm the boss, I'm young, I'm making a lot of money, blah, blah, blah. So they're holding these meetings, sending kids to boot camp. I remember they made these kids write a freaking essay on some bullshit on why they were missing calls or why they didn't sell enough leads that week. Some bullshit, basically. Something that didn't even help you in insurance. Like, they was just on all bullshit, right? So 1 week, I didn't have enough hours. Like, I had a game or something and I had this going on. So they tried to send me to boot camp, like the boot camp thing, right? Even though I was doing the best on the team. But the boot camp was like an hour-long meeting of them basically just shouting at you. It wasn't actually a thing. And I genuinely didn't think I had to go because I was like, bro, like, y'all know me, y'all know they knew my lifestyle. They knew I had basketball, they knew I had, you know, school, they knew I was still trying to dial insurance. They knew I was putting in the work, right? So even though they knew that, the 1 week that I missed, they tried to send me to boot camp, and I didn't show up for the hour-long thing, all right? So I didn't show up for the hour-long thing. It was some hour-long meeting. Mind you, when I get back to my dorm, I just hop right back on the dialer. I continue to do what I do every single day. I get back from my dorm, I dial, I'll try and sell some leads, blah, blah, blah. I get a sale that day. And when you get a sale, it pops up in the chat. So there's me, then there's my manager above me, and then there's the top manager that's above him, right? So I sold the lead. The manager above my manager was in the chat like, hey, let's go, bro. Good shit. You're back. Love to see it. Blah, blah, blah. It's all good. Now, later that night, I remember I'm watching the Mike Tyson fight. It was in like November of 2024. And it's me, the manager right above me, and then one of my friends that's on my same level. And it was me and my friend that was on the same level as me. He was talking about, because he had to go to boot camp too, so it was just us three, and we were all super close friends, bro. Like, we was on Discord calls for hours at night. Like, when we were dialing like leads, we was all in the same Discord call. You know, we would help each other out, blah, blah. We was cool, spent all this time together, right? So these are like my best friends. Like, literally, these are like my best friends. Like, I spent mad time with them online. So what happened was we was in a call watching the Mike Tyson fight, and the manager above me too, he goes, you know, how was boot camp? Like, how'd everything go? And I didn't think of anything. I was like, bro, I forgot I had class or something. Like, I didn't go. Like, cause I know, bro, the boot camp is like, when I tell you, I'm not just saying this like out of an ego thing, like, it was bullshit, I don't need to go. It was literally bullshit. Everyone in the agency knew it was bullshit. It was literally just a hype meeting of them yelling at you, saying some bullshit. It doesn't actually help you get better at insurance. And the whole point of the boot camp was to make you get better at, like, you know, how can I sell more leads? What could I say here? Them reviewing calls. None of that was it. It was literally just some bullshit. Okay, them just yelling at you. So when I said I didn't show up to the boot camp, he didn't say anything. He muted himself. And this is how I know, yo, he muted himself, went and called a manager that's above both of us, the guy that was like in the chat earlier saying, hey, let's go, you're back, bro. And he says, yo, bro, Drees didn't show up to the boot camp. Like, we gotta discipline him. We gotta say something. Now, keep in mind, I'm thinking this is like my best friend. I spent a mad time with him, like one of my best friends. So I wouldn't even think he would say nothing. But he goes, you know, Drees didn't show up to the boot camp, blah, blah, we gotta discipline him, we gotta punish him, we gotta do whatever. And now, I don't know that's exactly what he said, but I know it is because I'll tell you guys later. I know it is because when we were talking, we were watching the Mike Tyson fight, me and the same guy that's at the same level and the guy that's above me, right? And he asked me, you know, how was boot camp? I said, you know, I didn't go, blah, blah, blah. We was all having a good time before that, talking about other shit. So when I said that, he muted himself, like kind of went in another room. Then he came back into the room, unmuted himself, and I get a call from the manager that's above us. So it's like, we was all talking in the chat, blah, 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 cool. He asked me about it. I said I didn't go. He mutes himself, disappears for a little bit, comes back. As soon as he comes back, I get a call from the manager that's above him. So I'm like, that's weird. Like, why would that even, like, how, like, that's random timing. So I answered the call, right? I'm like, yo, what's good, bro? Because I'm cool with him too. So he's like, yo, what's good, bro? I'm like, yo, like, what's going on? And he's like, how you doing? Blah, blah, I'm good. He's like, yeah, bro, so you missed the boot camp, blah, blah, blah. I was like, and hold mine, I'm like, yeah, you know I missed the boot camp. Like, he was the one that held the boot camp thing. Like, he's the one that held the meeting. He knew I wasn't there. Like, he already knew that. And and then after I dropped a sale in the chat, he was like, hey, let's go, you're back. He just didn't give a fuck that I missed because he knew, like, I was busy. He knew I had stuff going on. He knew, like, I was good at what I did. So he didn't give a fuck until the manager that was right above me called him and basically said, yo, we got to discipline him. So he didn't give a fuck. The guy up top didn't give a fuck until the guy right above me said something. So he calls me, I'm like, bro, you know I missed. Like, you know I wasn't at the meeting. I had this going on, He was like, yeah, but blah, blah, blah. He just started acting all weird. So I was like, all right, so where did this come from? Like, because you weren't acting like this earlier. You were happy, you know what I'm saying? You was just cool. Like, you was like, all right, I bet I'm back. So I'm like, this is random. Like, where did this just come from? Did so-and-so tell you? You know, the guy right above me, did he tell you this? Like, did he tell you to punish me or something? He's like, don't worry about it, bro. Like, no, blah, blah, blah. I was just thinking about it. Whole time, like, come on, bro. I'm not stupid. I know that as soon as I said I didn't go, the guy right above me muted his mic and went to tell him. And now he just felt the need to, you know, discipline me just because he needed to. And I remember, like, bro, this whole shit. Like, the guy right above me, he was like, bro, we got to hold people accountable. I don't care if you're the best. I don't care if you're this. I don't care if you're that. We got to hold people accountable. He said this way earlier, but basically, the guy that's not just above me, but the two people above me, you know, that called me, he's like, yeah, bro, but blah, blah, blah. He was like, I'm going to need you to write me an essay on why you missed. Bro, I'm just like, I dedicate all this time to y'all when I have basketball, school. I am literally staying up trying to do this shit. I'm one of the best on the team. You talk about I need to do an essay. Like write you an essay? Like about, like what? About why you missed. Like a whole 1-page essay. And then he says, matter of fact. Then this nigga has the nerve to say, matter of fact, make it MLA format. Yo! At this point, I knew it was cooked. I'm like, and keep in mind, I was doing insurance for a couple months. This was a whole turn of events. This was like like this shit came out of nowhere, bro. Everything was good until this. Like everything was good. This nigga said, matter of fact, make it MLA format double spaced. And keep in mind, this nigga's the same age as me. Like he's higher up because he started the agency, but I know I'm better than him at sales. This nigga was just a hype man, like some motivational, like, basically, yo, he sucks at sales. So I'm like, bro, you must be out your fucking mind if you think I'm about to write you an essay on why I missed and you about to disrespect me and be like, matter of fact, make it double spaced, make it MLA format. Are you fucking, like, are you kidding me? And this is when I first started making a decent amount of money online. Like, this was like, I was making like probably $2-3K a month, but it was like decent because I was still in I still had school, I still had basketball, so I'm like, all right, $2-3K a month, whatever. It's decent, right? So I'm like, make it, bro. I'm like, I'm gonna keep it a bean, bro. I'm not doing that. I literally said, I'm not doing that shit. And he was like, Drees, like, blah, blah, blah. I can't have people disrespecting me on my team. You know, I don't care how much you're doing in AP, blah, blah, blah. Now, keep in mind, bro, I know how this company works. They churn agents all the time. They lose agents. So me knowing my value and I'm one of the best on the team, I'm like, bro, I'm not, like, if you want to fire me at this point. But I didn't say that yet. It went on for like a 15-minute argument of him saying, you know, you got to do this, you got to do that. I said, all right, bro, fuck it. Like, at this point, I do need the money. Like, $2-3K a month. Like, I still do need the money. I didn't have that much money. So I'm like, all right, bro, I'll do the essay, bro. I'll do the essay. So I was like, I'm gonna just ChatGPT that shit and I'm gonna send it to you. Like, on some, like, bro, because now I'm mad. Now I'm like, bro, I'm not about to keep arguing with you. We was arguing for like 10 minutes. So I'm like, all right, bro, I got you. I'm gonna just ChatGPT that shit. I'm gonna send it to you in like 2 minutes. Like, just on some, like, all right, I'm gonna give you what you want, but it's not. I'm not doing no work for that. I'll literally just type a couple words in ChatGPT and here, you can have it. So then this when he started getting, you know, blah, blah, all right, that's it, you're done. I can't have, you know, people on my team disrespecting me, blah, blah, blah. And this whole shit happened. So I went from doing good on the insurance team, everything was good, I had all my friends, we was all cool, we was on Discord calls, to randomly, I got backstabbed by the person right above me, who was a bitch ass nigga, and then another person that was right above him. So I'm just like, at this point, like, bro, I don't have any bread, I'm in school, I got basketball, so the whole point of the story was like, when that happened, I remember I got fired the next day. I was still cool with everybody who was on my same level on my team. Remember, there's a couple people on my level, right? And then there's the manager and then the manager above. So I was cool with all the people on my level. So we was still hopping in Discord calls. They're like, damn, bro, like, that's crazy. Like, you was the best, blah, blah, blah. We was doing this. Like, we was so close as a team. We was all hyping each other up. Like, it was a good sales environment. So I was like, I know, bro. Like, at this point, I was like, bro, like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, bro. Like, I remember waking up the next morning, I was just so used to hopping on the dialer, being able to call, and I just didn't, like, one day it went from, like, literally just switch like that. So I was like, bro, I remember there was like, bro, take it as a sign of opportunity. Like, maybe it was for the best, but in the moment, it was like the worst thing that could have happened. Like, I just lost my job, basically. So in the moment, it was the worst thing to happen, but that's when I started TikTok Shop. I was like, I mean, I have free time now. I know there's this thing called TikTok Shop. I could try TikTok Shop. Maybe that'll work. And to think, if I would have never got fired from insurance, I probably would have kept doing that shit. I would have never started TikTok Shop. I would have never got to where I'm at now, like making $20, $30, $40, $50,000 a month. And it was simply because I got fired from my job, which in the moment was the worst thing that could have happened. But looking back on it, it was the best thing that could have happened. I'm just like, bro, thank you. So you never really know how things play out. You never know if it's truly bad until weeks, months, maybe even years later. Like, in the moment, that shit was bad, but now, months later, that shit turned out to be the best thing that could have ever happened. So whenever stuff bad happens to you, bro, like, yes, it's gonna seem bad in the moment, but you never truly know the consequences of what happens until maybe weeks, months later. I'll tell you guys another quick story about this too. Like, I have a million quick stories about when something is bad and it turns out to be good. So I tore my quad, right, in the beginning of November. And in the beginning of November, like leading up to those couple months, I was only making like probably 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, maybe 20K a month, like one time or something. So a decent amount of money, but nothing crazy. And I tore my quad. I'm like, bro, I can't like go to jujitsu. I can barely lift legs. Like, I remember I thought, I was like, I'm about to be out forever, bro. But then I was like, bro, now that I can't go to jujitsu, now that I can't go to the gym as much, I can dedicate more time to TikTok Shop. I can do this. So I used that as an opportunity. Boom. A couple weeks later, by the end of November, I hit $50,000 in a month, $55,000 in a month. So in the moment when I tore my quad, it was like, holy fuck, like, what am I gonna do? But then it turned out to be one of the best things ever. Like, I was able to put more, because of that, I was able to put more time into something else, and it allowed me to have my best month, like, on TikTok Shop. So it's like, there's so many instances in my life where something bad has happened, and it seems horrible, but I promise you, bro, like, you don't know the true consequences until maybe weeks, months, even years later. So if something bad happens to you, try to find the opportunity to turn it into something good, because I believe everything happens for a reason. If I didn't get fired from my job, I wouldn't be in the position I am today, so I'm thankful that happened. If I didn't tear my quad, I might not have had that big 55K month, and then a 40K month, and then 30, and then, 40, and then, all this shit, right? So that's the one thing I learned, is like a pattern recognition thing. Whenever something bad happens, I try not to overreact to it too much, because yes, it feels bad in the moment, but it could turn out to be the best thing ever. So hopefully, guys, you take that and use that to your advantage. If you're going through something hard in your life, maybe it's because God is trying to teach you something, and everything happens for a reason. But that's just a quick story time on, how I turned something bad into one of the best things ever. So appreciate y'all watching.